Hello. Today I'm canning some chicken and I want to show you the process that I do because I'm not just going to have chicken, I'm also going to have chicken broth that I will add to things like soups and chilies and stuff like that instead of water. So let me move my camera over here and show you the first process of what I'm going to do here. So maybe you can see there. Well, that's going to get a little bit of a glare, but hopefully you can see. I've got here in this bowl just a little over 6 pounds of chicken. And on the stove here, I have, you can see the steam coming from my large pot here, that I have boiling water in it. The first thing I'm going to do is drop all this chicken into the boiling water. And then I'll come back and show you. I'm going to let this cook in this boiling water for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do next in order to can my chicken. Now, a lot of people will just drop their chicken raw into the jars. And I might do one that way just so I can show you the difference. But I like my chicken to look cleaner. So I put it all in this water, and then when I come back in a few minutes, I'll show you what we do next. Okay, I'm back for a second. I want to show you here what I'm removing from the chicken. If I did not put the chicken in the boiling water, all of this would end up in the jar. You can see I have a jar sitting here that is raw, and you'll see that once I get it out of the canner. But I'm fixing to take this out of this boiling water and rinse it and get it ready to pack in the jars. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so now I've got the chicken. I ran cold water over it and rinsed it real good. And the cold water helps to cool it so that I can handle it better. But also, I still have my tongs here that I can work with it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, let me grab me a knife over here, and you can see here that there's gristle in it, so I'm going to pull the gristle out of it. I don't want that in my chicken. So, and then I dice it up, or just cut it into chunks, about like this, and drop them into the jar. And I'll work my way through all of this until I've got all of it in the jar. And but as I work through it, I will find bits of gristle, and I'm going to clean that all off. And if I run across pieces of skin, I'm going to clean that off because I want good clean chicken, because if I'm going to make a chicken casserole or, whatever, I don't want that gristle and stuff in my dishes. So anyway, I'm going to work through this, and then I'll bring you back and show you the rest of the process. Okay, so I've got the chicken. Let me show you, turn the camera here so that you can see that I've got the chicken. I did 7 jars with just over 6 pounds of chicken. So now, before I put my clean lids on these jars, I've got a paper towel here that I've wet with vinegar. It's good, well, not just good, it's very important to clean around the top of your rim of your jar with vinegar, so that any of the fat from this chicken, if it gets on the lid, see, like right there, there's a piece of little bitty bit of chicken on the top of that one. So you want to make sure that there's nothing there that would prevent your jar from sealing. And with chicken being the price that it is now, that's even more important, because, I mean, chicken's $2 higher than what it was when COVID started. So all I'm going to do now is put my lids on. I'm using ball lids today. I've got 2 or 3 different kinds of lids, and I probably at some point will do a video talking about the different lids that I've used. I've been canning many years, and lids are not what they used to be. So anyway, I'm going to get this in the canner. Since I'm doing pints today, these are going to go in the canner for 75 minutes, and they will process in the canner for 75 minutes and on 10 pounds of pressure for where I am. Now, I've said this before, if you live high up in the mountains somewhere, then you probably need to use 15 pounds of pressure. And, you know, you just need to look and see what your elevation is, and then determine how much pressure you need on your canner. So now you can see here, well, what did I do with it? There it is. There's the one that's raw that I'm going to can, and there's the one that, see, you can see the difference in them already, you know, the difference in the color. But I want you to see what the difference is when it comes out of the canner. So I'll come back and then I'll show you. I've got my jars in the canner now, and it's going to take a little while for them to process. But before I finish that, I wanted to tell you that I did put a half a teaspoon of salt in each jar. Now, that's not something you absolutely have to do, but I like mine to already have the salt in it whenever I take it out. Well, the chicken is out of the canner, and I want to show you the jars and see if you can tell me which one was put into the jar raw, and you'll see the others. Matter of fact, I will move them around so that you'll only see 2 of them, and that way you won't be, I'll put 2 in the front, is what I'll do, so that you can you know, look at the 2 of them and see if you can tell the difference between canning it raw and putting it in some boiling water first. So I'm going to turn this around here so I think you can see the 2 I've got right there in the front. Move back a little so you can see them. Can you tell which one? See how clear this is and how cloudy that one is? So that's why I like to do mine with putting it in the water first, because it gives you such a prettier looking chicken. It's a cleaner looking chicken, and it probably doesn't change the taste very much, if any at all. But to me, if food looks appealing, then people are more apt to eat it. So till next time, God bless you all.